Well, we know Florida is going to play a major role in the presidential election. Every vote counts.
Yeah, but there are nearly 1.6 million people in Florida who right now cannot vote. That's because Florida is one of a few states which does not automatically restore rights to nonviolent felons after they have served their time. But voters could soon decide if that should happen. Investigator Lewis Bolden is live at the Supervisor of Elections office tonight. And Lewis, this could affect a lot of people.
It could, Ginger. Right now, there is a process in place to have those civil rights restored, but critics say it is antiquated. The application process takes years, and there are no guarantees. Right now, there are 11,000 people on the waiting list, people who want the right to come here and cast a ballot. Strolling along railroad tracks reminds 48-year-old Desmond Meade just how far he's come. It was on a railroad track 11 years ago that he wanted to take his life.
As I stood in front of those tracks waiting on a train to come, I was homeless, I was addicted to drugs, I was unemployed, recently released from prison, and I didn't have any hope.
It's been 12 years now since Meade served time for nonviolent felony offenses. He has gone on to get married and even graduated law school, but he still cannot vote. Couldn't even cast a ballot for his wife when she ran for office this year.
Every American citizen, once they've paid their debt to society, deserves to have that right restored to them immediately.
Meade is the president of the Florida Rights Restoration Coalition. Last week, he and other volunteers hit a milestone, finally collecting more than 68,000 signatures, the number required for a Supreme Court review in order to put the issue on the ballot in 2018.
I was young and pretty much just made some bad decisions.
In 1997, Laura Johns pled guilty to a nonviolent felony. She never served time but was sentenced to probation, which she completed. Nearly 20 years later, she still can't vote.
It makes you feel like you're no longer an American.
Nationally, Florida, Kentucky, and Iowa have the most extreme policies, requiring all felons to petition to get their rights back. In Florida, 4 people make the decision, a clemency board made up of the governor, the attorney general, and 2 others. John says it took years for her application to even be reviewed, and years later, it was denied.
I deny.
Since Rick Scott has been in office, fewer felons have had rights restored than previous administrations. During his 2 terms, Governor Jeb Bush restored the rights of more than 76,000 felons. Governor Charlie Crist had his clemency board automatically restore civil rights to over 155,000 felons. But in 2011, Governor Rick Scott overturned automatic restoration and has only restored the rights of 2,251 people.
It's vitally important that we take that kind of power out of the hands of politicians and put it in the Constitution.
Now, Meade did graduate law school, but because of his felony conviction, he is prohibited from taking the Florida bar. Another reason he wants to see this issue on the ballot in 2018. Ginger?
Lewis Bolden reporting live. Lewis, thank you.